Thank you for listening to the Ramble On Podcast Network. The following podcast was produced by members of the Highland Rambler from Highland High School in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Welcome to the InstaRam Media Watch, a true crime podcast where the Rambler intends to expose the deep secrets of the Instagram accounts at Highland.
I'm Nason Jones.
And I'm Sophie Malinka-Thompson.
Through this series, we'll be focusing on 3 of the biggest Highland accounts. Welcome to the InstaRam Media Watch, where the Rambler investigates the Instagram accounts that take the idea of paparazzi to another level at Highland. Through this series, we will be focusing on 3 of Highland's biggest accounts.
Those accounts being the Highland Bad Parking account, which focuses on exposing the drivers parking at Highland. This account has caused many laughs, but also a lot of anxiety and hysteria in students with their own vehicles, with many no longer wanting to park in the parking lot out of fear of being featured to this account. This account started in the beginning of November and has grown to have an astounding number of followers at 609. The account questions drivers for how they park and explaining in their bio, how do some of you even have driver's licenses right now?
Well, I think that this one, it's funny. I think a lot of students do find this one very, very funny. And some students even wanting to be on it. But I've heard from several students, and we'll be talking about it when we focus on it. Students are terrified to be on it, especially if they aren't the best of drivers. They are terrified to park in the parking lot if they mess up. I've seen students taking 4 tries just to fix their parking.
Yeah, well, I also think, though, because there is a small percentage of students who actually have vehicles, so a lot of the times they're driving several people to school, and so that makes their vehicle recognizable. So if, they're on the account, you automatically have at least, you have a group of people who know exactly who it is, and I feel like that can be very uncomfortable knowing that, that's posted on social media, and it's, making fun of the way that you parked.
Yeah, I do also think that it can spread awareness at times. I mean, It's definitely good, especially for space, for students to be able to watch how they park. So moving into our next account that we'll be talking about through the series is the Highland Caught You Lacking account. This account's purpose is to take photos of students who they see as lacking. But by lacking, most of their posts means students taking pictures of other students who are at the bathroom and of their shoes and feet during their only real privacy time at school. Many of these descriptions on the post are almost seen as making fun of students' shoes, making fun of styles, some not wearing shoes. This account started a following in November and has gained 256 people.
I think this one is an entire violation of privacy, and essentially it's bullying because as you mentioned, this is really the only private time that students get during school because otherwise they're constantly around people. And to have somebody, or have the fear of that somebody might be taking a picture of you while you're trying to, just have, your own time, it's very uncomfortable, and it makes it so that students no longer want to take the time to go to the bathroom, which to some extent could be, medically not great. And then a lot of these posts, the captions they are bullying because they're making fun of people directly using the internet to do so. And I think that is not okay.
Yeah. This also begs the question, and that we'll need to look into and explain, is if these posts are real, if most are fake, or if it started out as fake and has taken a turn. Because, like you said, it's your privacy time. Photos in locker rooms, bathrooms, under school policy aren't very acknowledged, and it's not supposed to be allowed. And moving into the final account.
The final account that this podcast will talk about is the Highland PDA account. This account posts any photos of relationships at Highland, trying to expose students for their choices of displaying their affection. Many students feel that it is justified because it is their choice to express their love to one another. However, this offers the question of privacy because now photos of random students becoming is becoming a new norm, and possibly showing a discourage to students who are in relationships to show it in the public environment. This account has built up a following of 411 of people after having their first post in the beginning of November as well.
I think this is a very conflicted one. Several students I've talked to about this. They say it's all right. They say it's okay and that it's funny because it's the student's choice to express their love and affection. And of course, everything is taken to an extent. But in a way, students now who are in relationships, if they feel necessary, they have to hold back themselves or walk a little bit further apart because there's a fear of taking photos and people almost in a way paparazziing them and expressing it to the internet. The descriptions of those posts are either funny or taken in a way of they are shaming them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely something that students can take both ways.
Yeah, I also think, I agree, this is a very split reaction here. I think a lot of students feel that because these, people are choosing to display things that, not everybody wants to see, and they're just, displaying it on public, that they sort of, in a way, deserve to be exposed. I also think that it is discouraging people to be in a relationship because I think right now the idea to be single is very popular, and I don't think that's a bad idea. I just think that if the reason why people are choosing not to be in relationships is because they're worried that they're going to be made fun of, I think that's not a very good reason.
Yeah. So the goal of this podcast will be just to talk about these accounts, understand what they do, and hopes of uncovering the dark ideas or the harmless intentions, and to hopefully find who the account owners are and speak with them, or talk to students who have given posts or how they feel. Because these accounts, they give many laughs for students, but a lot of students also gain stresses, as we've discussed, and the goal will be to express everything that goes on through the world of social media.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for listening to the InstaRam Media Watch. For more podcasts and articles, go to the Highland Rambler website and follow the Rambler on Instagram. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.